Top 10 Mistakes Pastors Make, written by Bishop Dag Heward-Mills. Chapter 2. Downplaying the importance of sacrifice. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 18. The religion that teaches people to sacrifice themselves will be the religion which has power. Today, ministers of the gospel have set aside the one thing that gives power to the church. Today, other religions are teaching their young men to give up their lives and sacrifice everything for their faith. It is Christianity that teaches you to take up your cross and sacrifice yourself. It is the founder of Christianity who sacrificed himself and showed everyone how it is done. And yet, pastors rarely preach about the cross, the sacrifice, the suffering, the losing and the dying that are the essential part of our faith. This is a great mistake, and it has taken away the power from the church. Jesus said we should take up the cross and follow him. This speaks of sacrifice. Oh, how we sacrifice for other things. It is so sad that pastors today are earthly minded. Don't you see that a new gospel that teaches us to grab at earthly things has replaced the words of Jesus? Thousands of people followed Jesus until he told them to drink his blood and eat his body. As soon as Jesus preached about sacrifice, his church reduced in size. But that is how to do the works of Jesus, to believe in the cross and all that it stands for. I believe that the preaching of the cross will become popular again. The preaching of the cross is the preaching of the true gospel. It is time to return to the cross. It is time to sing about the cross again. Today, Christians believe more in the earthly existence than their heavenly reward. If we were to pay the same price we pay for earthly things, perhaps the work of God would be done. I once spoke to a doctor and asked how many years he had studied medicine for. He answered, about 22 years. I thought to myself, is it not marvelous? Someone can spend 22 years of his life to acquire a profession he would use for another 20 years. But how many days of our lives in order to follow Jesus? Unfortunately, we don't really believe the ministry is something worth dying for. I always ask myself, what is the difference between my ministry and that of Christ? Where are the healings? Where is the preaching and teaching? If you want to follow Jesus, you must believe in the reality of sacrifice. You must follow the example of Jesus and pay the high price God is asking of you. You must preach about the cross. You must take up the cross. You cannot sit in the bank and send people to the cross. It doesn't work that way. You have to take up your cross and follow Jesus, who took up his cross.